Hey, after some technical difficulties, which we just got fixed, we're back in the game. We're gonna play some lead chess. I'm gonna play some 5-0, which means 5 minutes with 0 seconds of increment each move, and we're just gonna play randomly here, white or black, on lead chess. As far as I know, everything's working good. So let's see what happens here. And if we lose this game, we really don't care because our goal tonight is not to win games. Believe it or not, a lot of chess players come out thinking, well, I'm going to have to win a game. It's not how we play here. Here, we basically, all we're trying to do is stay alive. And by staying alive, I don't mean not getting checkmate. I mean staying alive till the end of the game. And if we're still alive at the end of the game, whether we win or we lose, we've done all right. Now he can grab a pawn, but see, I can grab his pawn too. I got to do something kind of smart here. The queen's way back in here. I just kind of know from experience that the queen can slide out this side very often with good effect with attacks on this pawn down here. Okay, now I can't say that I'm protected anymore. I'm going to have to do the same thing he did. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just getting a reaction from that bishop, I guess you could say. 4 minutes to 4:07. Okay, maybe lift a rook. What do you say? Why not? Lift him again? No, that would be horrible. Well, at least I won a half of a something there. I guess you call that winning the exchange. He's going to have to go back with his... See, I'm attacking both of his knights at the same time. The only move I see is to bring his knight back where it was. And I'll come down here. Before I did that, I checked and made sure I didn't have any mates on my back rank or something. Now this bishop is in danger. I'm going to attack his rook. That was kind of... Oh, no, that was okay. Oh, I can take his rook now and then take this pawn here and checkmate him. That was a pretty fast game. I call that a switch game. I was rated 18-21 and he was 27. He lost 5. He's down to 22 and I'm up to 27. So we switched position. Now, I don't know why, but it seems like a lot of times I win, it's a switch like that. I didn't even see that, though, before I was playing. But again, we're not playing to win tonight. We're just trying to stay alive. If we make it to the end of the game, we're going to be totally happy. Whenever that bishop comes to here, always just trade him off. I'm just giving you some pointers and strategy because you're all here watching and you may as well get some nice tactical tips. When that bishop comes out, always just trade him off, and especially in these fast games. I would like to move that pawn up, but I don't know if that's going to be possible. I gotta decide. The knight is better here than over here, especially because it doesn't have the black bishop. Now I can almost... I know I want the rook there. I don't know if I'm going to bring the bishop here or over there, so I'm just going to go over here and see what happens. Now I'm thinking here, he's going to come out with his queen if I move this knight out. I got to move this knight over. See, this knight can't move like back here to challenge the knight because this queen would come right out here and it would be really strong on his part. But I can challenge that knight with this knight and also block the bishop out of there. You see the bishop is blocked now. It can't coordinate with his queen against this pawn. Okay, now I can bring my knight back. I'm going to do that. These are supposed to be fast games, and I don't want to spend a lot of time thinking. And that's not too bad. I'm okay with that. From everything I know, this position is pretty strong with this pawn in like that. It's hard for him to. Okay, so it's hard to force him out now. I could take... Okay, see the queen, I want to bring my queen out over here because he's going to be really strong on this side. And I can bring my queen out now. And I'm going to do that because things were looking pretty weak over here. And now things are looking a lot better. Now, I don't think in a fast game like this, he's going to trade off because he'd straighten out my pawns. But this is okay. I don't see any weaknesses over here. I might be surprised, but if he advances this, the queen will just go right back where it was. And I'm thinking about... I need to protect that knight. That was like the only move. Right now it's going to come down to time. This is a very even sort of a game. Now if he moves that bishop out of there, I think, okay. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing here. I'm going to force this knight out. I took a lot of time on my clock, but I think this pawn is strong enough for me to do this. And this queen is protecting this pawn. I don't know. I'm just going to do it. I don't have any of this calculated. But I kind of basically have to do something. Oh, I didn't even notice. He can just take that pawn. Oh, well. I don't know if this is going to help me or hurt me. But now he's kind of has to move his knight out or something. And I'm going to get some action over on that side. I'm going to attack his knight. Why not? Do I have anything I can go? I think I should come up here because I don't want to an attack from this bishop. He's got to move his knight out. That'll save me like just one little move because he has to protect. Okay, now I got to make sure he can't check me again. I know in this position with the knight, no, I just got to start moving. The only thing I can do is try to win this on time. I want to castle queenside. I haven't castled yet. He can put me in check now, and then my king would come up into the middle, and that's okay too. I'll double my rooks over here and hopefully win this on time. I don't have any other. Okay, now he can't penetrate over there with his king. His king cannot get through that side. He can't get through. Even if he takes that pawn. I'm just hoping to win on time here. It's kind of like a draw, I think. I have no idea how this pawn structure is, but that'll really complicate him a little bit. He'll take a little bit of time thinking. Crap. Okay, I'm just going to try to run down the clock. I think this is a draw. He cannot penetrate with his king, and I can't penetrate with my king either. He really cannot penetrate. I don't know where he's going. I don't think he can penetrate anywhere. I don't know if he's seen that yet, but he can't. He's faster moving than I am. There, we got a draw. See, he couldn't penetrate here. He can't bring the king up here on this side because of this pawn. He can't get past here. He can't get past here. His pawns could not advance. It was a drawn game. It was just too simple for him to fall for, me trying to win on time. Okay, let's do a King's Gambit, shall we? I know everybody loves these King's Gambit games. It's really the best game in chess by far. I call that a game. It's an opening, but it's kind of a game. An opening sort of like makes the game happen. Did I just do that? Oh man. Okay, I can still win this. I just have to play fast. Yeah. It's still winnable, my friends. It's still winnable. Anything can happen. He's a piece down, but that just isn't the end of the game. I mean, crap, I could have taken that and put him in check. I didn't even see that. That was so ridiculously bad. I gotta pay more attention. I don't know, maybe get two pieces for a rook. None, I'm just what's called the exchange down. So not quite so bad as I was. I don't know if I can try something really tricky here. I really screwed up. I'm going to resign. I had a lot of chances until that. I don't know what happened in that game. I wasn't thinking right. Okay, I'm going to make up for it now. Chess is a little bit addictive. I just lost a game, and by all means, I should just call it a night and say, yeah, never going to win tonight. But that's the amazing thing about chess. You make some horrible mistakes, and before you know it, you're just right back up on top. Okay, we're doing okay, I guess. That was kind of amazing. I thought he would do something a little bit different than what he did. I think I'll just move this pawn up because we'll try to get some counterplay here somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe against that bishop. This is pretty tough. Again, I'm going after the bishop again. Still going after the bishop. Still going after the bishop. This rook was not doing anything there, so I'm just going to bring it out. 305 to 405. I'm not doing too great on time. It's probably a lot better to mass my pawns over on that side because it's always good to have more over there. He's going to try to attack over there probably. Or he might just come right down the middle. It's possible he just comes right down the middle. That's what he looks like he's going to try to do. This is looking pretty dire for me. I wish I knew what to do next. Besides resign, he's got that powerful pawn there in the middle. I'm just going to have to hope that things hold over there. Now that thing is pinned now. If I take that, I don't know. I'll try it. I think I can take that pawn now. That helped me. I mean, I won one pawn there. My king is closer to that pawn. I think I can win this game by bringing my king up right here in the center. And bring this pawn. He'll have to divert his king over to get that, I'm pretty sure. Then I'll take this pawn and these two pawns before he can do anything. He's not going to have time. I knew it. I got a minute left, and I was going to win that because with a minute, I should be able to come down and king that pawn. That end game might be worth looking at in the analysis board. I kind of felt like I was having pretty good control there, like I knew what I was doing. Let's take a look. Yeah, it might be a little bit instructive. As I say, I do try to make this channel educational for everybody. And see, black was winning. I made some blunders right in here, but not terrible blunders where he was winning by a lot, but there was something I was missing, but he didn't capitalize on it. The most he was ahead was here, these little bumps here, which is no big deal. Let's see. Ooh, I had 7 blunders and 8 blunders. So justice was served. I always say justice is served. Let's just start from the very beginning. We'll do the recapitulation on this game, what they call the post-mortem. Okay, and I'll show, if I can, I'll make this a little bit smaller. Can I? I don't know if I can do that. Will all of this fit on one screen? I never know how to do that. Oh, yeah, now you can see it all. Let me see how it is in the Twitch. Yeah, it's good. So this will be interesting for the post-mortem. Let's see what we had going here. So this is exactly how we played the game. I played the Carokan. This is called the Carokan. A lot of people don't quite understand that move because, like a lot of people will say, well, here, I'll move this up because then I develop my bishop, develop my queen. But all those developing chances don't really amount to very much. Like, what do you do after that? You put it out there and it gets attacked or something. And this is an easy game. I really think this is easy for beginners. It's so easy. Like I'm just doing everything completely normal, like you would imagine. Nothing tricky. I usually bring this bishop up to here instead of here, but in this game, I don't know. I just decided to do it this way. And it's saying I should have castled. I really did something really dumb there. Oh, and then I didn't even see that. You always got to be on the lookout for that in the opening. When the king's in the middle, always look for the queen check and then boom. See, it would have been done, check. He moves the pawn up or whatever, and then take the bishop. And I would have been like really far ahead. You can see this little spike here. Well, I didn't see it. Okay, and if you look at the game now, white is starting to win some. Like he's up here kind of high. I'm going to turn this on so they can see what the next move is. Like they're suggesting, oh yeah, and look, that's what I did, so I made the right decision. Oh, I'm playing okay now. The computer also said bring the knight there. Said bring the rook over. Okay, now all of this, I really didn't have any idea what I was doing. And you see on the gameplay down here, white just keeps having some advantage. And it'll be interesting when we get to the point where I actually started to win. Okay, now his king, this rook is pinned now. And I could have taken that pawn right there. And look at the score would have been, I would have been just a little bit ahead. You can see it right there on the graph. But I did that instead. And then I took it. It took me a second to see that pin. And then I took it. And now again, you see we're very even here. Now it's saying I should just take him. And I did. And it's saying I should move my pawn up here. And I didn't. Oh, I see why. Well, no, I don't know. I was going to say that he could move the pawn up here, blocking all these in. But if I move this pawn up, he can... oh, then I can move the pawn past, yeah. That would have been much better. I should have moved this pawn, you see? This is the proper move. Because if he moves this pawn up, then I just move this pawn up. And whatever's happening over here, that pawn just scoots down for the king, for the queen. And look, you see minus 0.65 in this position. So I really blundered that side over there. This pawn here would have held all these three pawns, this one pawn. If he had moved this pawn, so he took my queen and I moved my king over. If he had done this now, it would have been a draw. But he didn't. I moved over. He moved his king up. It's still telling me, do it again. And I missed it again. I brought my king up. It's still, you got to bring that pawn up. And I didn't do it. I didn't do it. And now finally I pushed it. And you can see I'm up 0.6 because right now it's kind of a one game because if he takes, I take. This king needs to displace to go over there. When he displaces, I take this pawn. I come down, get these two pawns. And he doesn't have time to come down with his king, get this pawn, take the pawn, move his king out of the way, and by the time this pawn goes down. And that's exactly what happened. So you see, I started moving my pawn down. This is going according to plan. He took the king over. He came down, I guess, to attack this pawn and support his pawn. And he did. He moved his pawn up closer. Good for him. I just keep moving my pawn up. He finally moves his king out of the way. I get the queen. Now at this point, it's a one game. I could have just come down here. I could have just moved the queen over here, and when the pawn comes there, my king comes down here and wins the, the, the queen. So, okay, that was a great game. I hope you enjoyed that. And I would call it a night, except we'll just play one more, shall we? One more game because I've got uh don't have a lot of viewers right now, but well, I get them. You guys come later. I know how it is. You guys come later and watch on the Twitch. What do they call those? The double takes or the what's the name for those reruns? Recorded streams, like you can see them for a few days. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back here and create a game. And let's play a great game, shall we? If you play Spawn of King 4, we're going to do the Carokan again because this is an instructive channel. We're just going to keep playing this until everybody gets it. It's good to move this bishop out fast so that this pawn can come up here and then the bishop doesn't get blocked in, you see? Now there's really no problem here. If he takes that, I just take there. This pin is not a problem either because if he takes there, I just take there. Now I could lose a pawn here if I'm not careful. Well, just saying that there's not a problem with this pin, but yeah, there actually is because I would like. I think the way to play this is I'm going to lose this pawn over here, but maybe it'll be okay because his queen will be like really far out of. It might be worth that extra pawn. It's kind of like a gambit, I guess you could say. Wow, he's really doing a lot of stuff against me now. This is terrible. He's going to take there. I take there. I don't see any big problem with that. I'll just bring my king up here. I just keep saying that nothing bad is going to happen and more bad stuff happens. But I don't know. I kind of see this as being under control, but we'll see. I'm going to bring my king right up here. And what can he do now? Well, I can't castle. But I can come up here, threaten his bishop, and threaten that pawn. I might get some play here. My king is, in any case, protected against attacks. Wow. I just noticed something. I could have taken this bishop here last move, and he wouldn't have been able to come back there. Oh, well, live and learn. I got to keep playing fast. Live and learn. That would have been an excellent. I'm not really down. I mean, everybody imagines they're really down when they get into a position like this, but this is not really so bad. I don't want that pawn moving up. That's why I did that. I was going to move this up, but no, that's not going to help me. Maybe get my king over here more. My king is kind of in the center. I'm going to bring my king over here, kind of like he's castled. And maybe, just maybe, Got to remember I have a pin on this pawn here. Now he maybe thinks he's like really far ahead. I don't think he is. I'm just analyzing over here. It's hard to see. It's this pawn is kind of strong here. This whole situation here looks like pretty good. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna do that. He doesn't have any way